So we should all know Meet Kevin, one of the biggest financial YouTubers on the platform with over 1.8 million subscribers, but he has found himself in some big drama right now. Maybe you've heard about his DUI incident where he made a video on his own channel talking about I was arrested, but he ultimately took that video down because people weren't siding with him.
Officer, I'm from California. I'm clueless.
Oh, are you? Well, do you know why I stopped you? Okay. When you were coming off of the crosstown there's a stop sign when you get onto Cleveland. You just blew right through the stop sign.
So some kind of weird reactions out of Kevin there to start by saying he's from California, so he's got no clue. I mean, being pulled over isn't a state thing, doesn't really go state by state. He also acts a little weird, and throughout the entire footage, he doesn't look the best because he stops talking, saying that he was plead the fifth and basically was trying to bank on not talking to the cop for some reason.
Kevin, do you have a wallet somewhere that you want for like your credit cards and stuff like that? Well, you're gonna need it to bond out. Do you have it? Do you have it with you? Where is it at? Well, are you gonna tell me or not? I'm not gonna. I mean, just tell me where it is. By telling me where your wallet is, you're not incriminating yourself on anything. You're already under arrest. If you want me to take your wallet so you can bond out, that's fine. I'm not. You're going to sit in jail until Monday until you see a judge. Okay.
So during this whole footage, Kevin just looks like the bad guy here, really. He is not a good look for him, and he's just not cooperating, not talking. And in his video, he talked about how he went to like cadet school or something or some training, and this is what you're supposed to do. And he tried to do that and not say anything and want a blood test, but ultimately he just seemed very uncooperative. And I think a lot of people seeing this footage would think the same thing. And I think even Kevin knows that people watching this are going to think like, this is kind of crazy. Kevin seems like he's a little in the wrong here because the person that posted this video actually made a response after posting it saying that Meet Kevin copyrighted him to try and take the video down by publishing the video on his channel privately before he published the video on his channel, trying to say it was his content, which is basically a complete abuse of the copyright system and ridiculous.
It happened, everyone. It took about 5 hours, but Meet Kevin has taken down my video of the DUI arrest that he was in part of. This is completely public domain. You can absolutely post this, and Meet Kevin is completely abusing the copyright system.
So this whole thing is definitely not a good look for Kevin. The whole DUI thing by itself, not a great look. The footage coming out and people actually watching it, not a great look. And then trying to take down that footage because you know what the reaction is going to be when people watch it. Again, not a great look. Trying to abuse the copyright system. I don't think anyone on YouTube will actually support that. No one likes people who try and abuse that system. Nobody enjoys that. So I think a lot of this has to do with Kevin launching his Series A for his business that he's starting. And when you don't really want negative press out when you're trying to raise money. So the last thing you really want is some bad news, especially a DUI, making you look irresponsible. Less people are probably going to want to invest with you if you're not responsible.
I have a dream. That dream is creating a multi-billion-dollar real estate company. That's billion with a B, not million. The start of that dream begins within the next 2 weeks, when I launch my very own investor presentation, website, and company plan. To those of you who have been loyal supporters, you know this as the Series A launch that's coming up. Also, those of you who are accredited investors will have the opportunity to join at a valuation equal to what I am purchasing shares for in the company.
So this is the big thing that Kevin is trying to start doing, is Series A, launching his own business and everything. Couldn't be happier for him. But it does seem a little bit backwards the way that he's going about this. So the Series A and trying to use, other people's money that aren't really VCs, this isn't what people do. You're just looking for accredited investors that are your fans that want to pay into your business and think that they can turn into a bunch of money. It seemed a little backwards. Usually you would start the business first, maybe build it on your own. I mean, Kevin has money. You wouldn't need to take on funding to start building a business. So it would make more sense for him to build the business, start building it, and actually get it running, get some cash flow, get it going with his own funds, because he could afford to do that. But for some reason, he's going backwards. and before building the business, asking for investors. So it is a little backwards there. I don't really understand the route going down that way. It would make more sense to build it first, but it seems what he's doing. And obviously he doesn't want the negative press to come out of anything happening with this DUI case. So he's trying to hide it, which is bad thing number one, and leading to him kind of scrambling because he's doing the business a little backwards and wants the money up front instead of using his own money, which I just don't really get. He does say in this video, which is titled "Leaving YouTube," that he's going to invest $1 million of his own dollars into his company, but that's not that much money compared to, everybody else. He said that he made $20 million last year on YouTube, and so based off of just those numbers, that would be 5% of his income. That's not that much. It's not that much relative to it being your company when people usually put in 100% of their money when they're building their own business. But to Meet Kevin's credit with this video titled "Leaving YouTube," he has seemingly left YouTube, hasn't uploaded for 12 days. He has done this in the past where he's titled like "Leaving YouTube" or "Taking a break" or something, and it lasts 3 or 4 days and he's back to uploading. But so far, maybe he's focusing on his business and building out this business, which all power to him. Hope he builds an amazing business. I think he's doing it backwards, though. It doesn't really make sense how he's going about it. But you do have to be an accredited investor and able to invest in the Series A, which means you would have to have a certain level of income or a certain net worth, usually like $1 million, to be able to get in. So it should be people who have more money and can afford to take more risk and not really get super burned by something like this. Your everyday person just can't get involved. So a lot of drama going on with Kevin. He's got the DUI stuff, the abuse of the copyright system, which is crazy. He quitting YouTube, leaving YouTube, and trying to start his Series A before all of this hits the fan and brings negative press. A lot going on for Kevin. And it's kind of crazy to see this move going on because Kevin was probably a big pillar to getting people involved in the financial side of YouTube and in finances in general. I know for me, I watched Meet Kevin and Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, those 3 guys during 2020, 2019, starting to get into big finances and understand what's going on and try and learn everything that, they were saying. And it's crazy to see just one of those pillars kind of collapsing, going off on its own. His YouTube channel has changed from making these videos that was informative and talked about things and tried to spread whatever he wanted to say, and it's turned more into how can he promote his course in every video and make it so that people buy the course so we can get more money. So it is crazy to see this going down, and he has officially left YouTube for 12 days. We'll see how long that lasts, if it lasts forever or if he ends up coming back sometime. One of the pillars of financial YouTube falling is kind of crazy to see.